I'm Iain Shaw from Media Education, and we've had the pleasure of working with Life Changes Trust on this project. And I'm interviewing Liam today. And Liam, just what's it been like to be involved with this project?
I'd say it's been a really intriguing experience. It's given me a chance to have a look at the tier system from afar. If you know what I mean? Because obviously having experienced the tier system, this gives me a chance to see what it might have been like for other people who might have not had such a positive experience in it. I suppose I feel like I have responsibility, not just for me. I believe this project is for people in care 10, 20 years ago who might have not had the opportunity to do what I've done and and to talk about the negatives and the positives of the care. So I'm thinking that I've basically took it on my shoulders that this is for everybody in care, not just for me, but for everybody who's experienced it.
I mean, that's a really brilliant motivation. You know, it's not just for yourself, it's for everybody. It's thinking about making improvement for everyone. And I think that's exactly right. I mean, it was one of the things that we were very interested in was how people could apply their lived experience rather than just share it. And that's been one of the main things from this project is how we're using arts approaches and creativity to do that. In terms of, I mean, what was it like engaging with the research companies that you were involved with? Because that was obviously a key part of it was your own journey, but it was also working with the research organizations.
I personally really enjoyed it because, I think what's important to me is the kids in care at the moment, and kids to come in care. I think it's important to see change happening for them, for they are the guys in it at the moment, and having myself been in care. Whenever someone knew I was in care, people often thought I was a rotten egg or I must have been hard work for my parents. And personally, also I knew that wasn't the case, and that hurts if you know what I mean. Because for people to judge you like that and think, oh, you must have been the wrong one, it's not very nice. Linking up with the project, the different groups, I really enjoyed it because I personally feel this is for me, it was like a movie experience in terms of the whole thing. I lived the live movie by being in foster care. I've also watched the movie from my own eye, from my own vision, and I've also reviewed it, which I've done with you guys, and I've had reviews from my foster family, and they've shown me the excuse the pun, they showed me the popcorn moments, and they've also showed me the moments that need to be improved on. But I think for me, what's important is the champions. See the champions board. To me, they're the directors. Like it's okay for me and the RP researchers to be the folks saying, "Oh, this is what we'd like to get done," or "This is what we'd like to be done." But the thing is, it's really out of our hands. You know what I mean? It is the champions board who, at the end of the day, they're the directors. It's up to them to make the sequel of the movie coming up a better one than it was. So I do believe that our peer researchers, I think we spoke about in the past, how sometimes professionals have been good at making it look like they will listen to us, but really, has anything been done? And for myself, being an analyst, I'll all be looking in the future to see have I seen improvement, and if I have, then I will feel like it's being made a difference, and if not, then it's kind of just back to square one.
That's really interesting because it's like the whole process has made you more aware, and in a way, not that the word isn't critical, but it's about being aware and knowing what it is that you expect from this and having expectations.
Yes. Yeah, no, definitely. Like, because I don't believe in standing still. And I believe everything can be improved in life. Like, these kids are going into care. They're going into care for the reason is that sadly they've maybe not had the love they're meant to get when they were at home. So, for professionals to really put their neck out in the line and really work hard, then that's a credit to them. And if you're just in it for wage, then really I think you're in the wrong role. And you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, that point's really well made. And just looking at it, I can see, I was thinking about you when I first met you and when you came for interview for the peer researcher role, and just how much you've changed and grown in your confidence, and from being somebody who might have been thinking that, this is, I don't really understand where I fit into this, which is totally understandable, but and then that not being quite sure to now being very definite and very positive about what your position is. And I've seen that change in you. I wondered about what you thought about the approach, not just working with us at Media Education, but also working with the research companies, and how did the work that you did with us help prepare you for that?
I personally, it really did help me because I am someone who I do always like to come to be nice and really quite charming, but it is quite hard. You know what I mean? That it's really, like, social situations are difficult. If you know what I mean, and um, you guys proper prepared me. If you know what I mean, like you was always supportive, and it actually made the experience a lot easier being with Nadia. If you know what I mean, because like it's almost like you guys have trained me up. You know what I mean, and that helped me with Nadia, because I remember something that is like one day Nadia had asked us if an RP researcher could join the chat we were having with one of the Champions Board members, and in the past I didn't the yes man just going aye sure, but for me at that moment it wasn't right, and I said no, and Nadia praised me for that, because you know what I mean, cause it's kind of like, you know what I mean, it was something I've never done before, but like actually saying no, if you know what I mean. It sounds weird, but so I'd say the preparation I got really, like, I mean, it literally helped me so much. You know what I mean?
I think that confidence to say no or to set boundaries is really, really important, and I think that there's that sense of ownership and control that comes out of that, of reestablishing yourself and your own boundaries within that, rather than being that need to please in order to belong kind of thing that sometimes happens. Totally. And then in terms of the way that you were using the exploration, using an arts-based approach to find out what you wanted to say and to see the agenda that you wanted to set, how did that work in with the work with the research organizations?
Well, I think it gave me, like, because I'm always want like, I take everything I'm given as a task. I'm always want to make it my own, if you know what I mean. Like, and like me personally, when it comes to the arts, I'm one who works with like analysing. I work with metaphors, and I take something maybe which might be quite obscure to folk, but the way I tell the story, I try and pull people in. I try and make people think differently about it, and I think that gives me joy. You know what I mean? Because if I'm able to make someone think differently about something, then I feel like I've done a good job. If you know what I mean? Because, for example, one of the Champions Board members, he asked me to look over questions that they were going to be asking for young folk, and when I was reading the questions out, they were too long. If you know what I mean, like I had to actually try and I felt like I was a machine. I feel like I was a computer trying to process everything, and I did say to him that I said to him, it's hard to process, if you know what I mean. I think sometimes you just need to make the questions what you want it to be. Don't try and get smart. Just leave it. And so I guess I basically just try to make things my own way, if you know what I mean, the way it makes me happy, if you know what I mean.
Totally. And I think that that's one of the things that I've really enjoyed out of this, is seeing that growth and confidence, and for you to set your own agenda and to then be somebody that's almost, it's that you're then applying your lived experience through the process, rather than basically telling your story. And I think that's been one of the joys for me out of this process.
I really did feel like Champions Board really took my ideas and took my thoughts really well, and I'm really glad about that.
I think that you made a real difference as well. I thought that they were very responsive generally to your input and the other peer researchers' inputs. So I want to congratulate you, Liam. I think it's been a really powerful and wonderful experience for us too, and we've learned massively, and it's been a privilege to be working with you, a privilege.